folks, this is Putz327, and welcome to Age of Empires 2 HD Edition. I decided to reach into my retro games in my Steam library, and I thought about trying to go through the campaigns of this game on the channel. So, okay, let's start with the beginning. William Wallace. Okay. Here we go.
Age of Empires 2 is about empire building, combat, and conquest. You start from humble beginnings, a small village in the Dark Ages. You explore to expand your borders, conduct trade to boost your economy, and research technologies to grow your civilization into a mighty empire. But there are difficulties too. Cunning enemies and rivals that oppose you, powerful castles to destroy, tyrants to bring down. And if you're skillful and a little lucky, you just might build a wonder of the world and create an empire that will stand the test of time. To learn how empires are built, help our first hero, William Wallace, in his fight against his oppressors.
All right, let's get started.
We are without a leader. The dead king of Scotland has no heir. War creeps in from the south, where Edward Longshanks, the avaricious king of England, has returned from successful campaigns to conquer Wales and France. As Longshanks turns his attention to Scotland, the shadow of fear settles across the Highlands. The English have thousands of Welsh longbowmen, hundreds of knights on horseback, and dozens of siege weapons. We Scottish have a rabble of untrained soldiers who do not even know how to march in a straight line. We must act soon if we have any chance of resistance. We need to forge an army by any means necessary.
Okay, follow the instructions to reach the Scottish village.
The English are terrorizing all of Scotland, and it's time for us to fight back. But if we're to defeat them, every one of us will need to learn how to march and fight. Follow the path to the blue flag. First, click the soldier. Good. Now, right-click near the blue flag. Good. Now, move to the next flag. Click the soldier, then right-click near the flag. Excellent. To move to the next flag, you must walk through the black area. Moving into the black area reveals more of the map. The black area represents unexplored territory. That's all there is to it. Now go on to the next flag where you'll meet some allied soldiers. Soldiers at once. Click near the units and drag around them. Then right-click to move. Try moving your soldiers to the next flag. Did all your units make it to the flag? The road ahead is guarded by an English outpost. Scroll up to the outpost building by moving the mouse to the very top of the screen. Then click the red outpost. Right-click the outpost.
I already did that. These were some of the first strategy. Well, it was the first strategy game I ever played. I actually played the original Age of Empires, and then the Age of Empires 2 came out. And
the outpost is destroyed. That should slow the English raids. Keep following the path to the village.
I'm trying not to talk over him. This brings back some
Home
good
sweet
memories.
home. Wait. The English are angry that you destroyed their outpost. They're coming to attack your village. Don't panic. Just click your soldiers and right-click the red English soldiers to attack them. Defeat the enemy soldiers, and you will have won your first battle. Good job! Now you know how to fight back against the English army.
Well, that was quick. It's just a tutorial anyway.
Scotland has soldiers now, if only a few. But if we are to turn back the greed of Edward Longshanks, we will need many more recruits. Much more gold in our coffers. These ancient stones and oaks around us will soon be steeped in the blood of clansmen. An army marches on its stomach, or so the old saying goes. My clansmen have been farming and tending sheep for hundreds of years, but gathering enough food to feed an army is a different matter entirely. Without a strong economy, the meager forces that we've cobbled together will collapse again.
Okay, as I was saying, when I first started playing games, it was with this series, so this brings back a lot of,
To support the Scottish army, you'll need to build up your stockpile of resources.
It makes me feel like a
To
little
win,
kid again.
gather 50 food, 50 wood, and 50 gold. To gather food from the forage bush,
I already
pick a
did.
village. Then right-click the forage bush near the blue flag.
Did.
In the status area at the bottom of the screen, you can see how much food the villager is carrying. The villager continues to gather from the forage bush until he's carrying 10 food. The villager will continue working for you, carrying the food to the town center. The amount of food you have is shown in the upper left corner of the screen. In addition to your food stockpile, you can see your current wood, gold, and stone stockpiles. The more villagers you have, the faster you can gather resources. Assign your new villagers to gather food.
Oh,
Good! You found some gold.
I already sent them to work on the boat. I remember being in school still and playing these games and these campaigns on here. So I know they remastered the first one, at least I
Great!
think they did.
You now have 50 food. To win, also gather 50 wood and 50 gold.
I
To
know.
gather wood, pick a villager, then right-click a trade.
It was him. As I was saying, I know they remastered the first one. I don't know that they remastered the second one, or they're going to remaster the first one. I don't know if it's out yet.
You haven't found any gold yet. Search in the unexplored territory.
Dude,
Excellent! You now have enough gold.
you've been mining. But I really like going through these campaigns because not only was it fun and challenging, but you also learned a little bit too. And I think that might be lacking in a lot of games now. Like the Civilization games, they're awesome. I don't have the newest one yet, but it's kind of like a leave it to your own thing. So as far as history is concerned, it's not really accurate because you do your own thing with it. So I know in that there's a lot of civilizations that, you know, last up until like now, real time, that didn't make it this far. didn't get
Well on your way to making a city.
Okay. You're victorious. And the entire map was just dirt or sand outside of this little area.
Edward Longshanks, for all his disrepute, has shown military tactics in Wales, England, and France to be very effective, if not cruel and ruthless. He's indeed an enemy to be feared. The English sacked the town of Berwick upon Tweed. Would that I could call it a battle, but it was truly more of a massacre. Unless we organize our army, there will be more massacres to follow. I pray we can be ready for Longshanks' coming. In villages throughout the Highlands, there is grim talk of skirmishes between Scotland and England. We lost the city of Dunbar this week. Scottish defenders broke ranks and fled. The English have an army that is larger and better trained. To compete with them, we are going to need new recruits to pick up the spear, sword, or bow. We must remake these shepherds into soldiers.
I would think in real life that would be extremely difficult to go from, farming and, shepherds farming and raising sheep and keeping your town and your people fed to then having to learn how to fight. I think in just a real world scenario, I think that would be very difficult.
We will need many soldiers to defend our homeland. We'll start by creating villagers. Click your town center, then click the Create Villager button in the lower left corner of the screen. It takes time for a villager to appear. If your town center is selected, you can see the progress in the status area at the bottom of your screen. Good job! The villager has appeared next to your town center. Now, create another villager. You need additional housing to support your population. To build a house, click a villager. Click the Buildings button, click the Build House button, then click where you want to build a house. Barracks complete. Now you can create soldiers. Click the barracks, then click the Create Militia button. Selecting different buildings or units gives you different options in the lower left corner of the screen. If more than one villager builds a building, it will go up faster. Good job! Try building another house. Each house supports 5 units. The population indicator at the top of the screen shows your current supportable population. Other buildings are made just like houses. Try building a barracks.
Already did.
Barracks is a military.
I already built the barracks. A farm here to sustain our population. I'm sorry, it seems like I'm rushing through all these levels, but these are the tutorial levels and I have done them many times. So I know what I have to do before it pops up, before it tells me to do it. But I wanted to add some more variety to the channel, other than just FPSs and story games and things like that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 militia. And I think that's the end. Yeah, I remember most of it, but I don't remember how many steps there are.
That's 1 militia. Create 3 more, and you'll have enough soldiers to protect this area win the scenario. Click the barracks and quickly click the Create Militia button 3 more times to make 3 soldiers in a
They're
row.
coming. Just be patient, mister. I hope people like this game as much as I do. I mean, obviously they did, or they wouldn't have kept making the series, so...
Now that you have a few soldiers, you'll be able to defend this area against English attacks.
Whoa, back here. Champion of the Celts. Am I saying that right? Celts? Or is it Celts? I don't know. Again, the map is nothing but sand outside of these trees.
Now that we have militias stationed across the border, the English have slowed their raids. But facing Longshanks' army will be another matter. The wicked English king has yet to bring his famous longbows to bear. Our militias could only get us so far. We are going to need more advanced weapons.
No, we need to go to number 4.
Rumors creep in from the south of a giant who leads the forces of Scotland, his great sword driving through earth and man and horse alike. If this mythical knight can hold the English advance, it will give us time to develop the arms we need. Even now, our smiths are forging swords and fletchers are making arrows and crossbow bolts.
Okay, to win you'll need to advance to the feudal age and repel English raids. Will do. Okay, so you two...
English use very advanced weapons and armor. To win, you will need to advance to the feudal age and repel the English raids. You're going to need to research some technologies of your own to increase the strength of your civilization. For example, researching loom makes your villagers harder to kill. To research loom, click the town center, then click the research loom button. Good. For researching technology costs resources, but improves your civilization. While you're researching, you can put your villagers to work and use your military units to explore.
That and I absolutely love the soundtrack of these games.
New technologies and buildings become available when you advance to a new age. To advance from the Dark Age to the Feudal Age, you need 500 food. Now you have enough food to advance to the Feudal Age. However, you also need 2 buildings from your current age. You already have a barracks, so now have your villagers build a mill. The mill is a drop-off point for food, so build it next to your food source.
Not so cheap.
In addition to gathering food in forest bushes, villagers can herd sheep or hunt deer for food.
Yep, I know.
Now you can advance from the Dark Age to the Feudal Age. Click your town center, then click the Advance to the Feudal Age button.
Alright, here we go.
Good! You're on your way to the Feudal Age.
Climbing the ranks here. Looks like we are once again surrounded by trees and tropical sand.
To arms! The English are making a sneak attack.
Where? Ah, here we go. Come on.
Now that the battle is over, create some extra militia units at the barracks to replenish your forces.
Not enough food. Well, crap. At least we can make 2. That should replenish our army since we lost a few guys. But we're almost to the feudal age. I have a bunch of strategy and city building games that I will happily play on the channel if anyone wants me to. Okay.
Congratulations! Advancing to the next stage is the best way to improve your civilization. Near the minimap at the lower right corner of the screen is the idle villager button. Click and locate villagers who are not currently assigned to a task. Now that you're in the feudal age, you can upgrade your militia to men-at-arms. Click the barracks, then click Upgrade to men-at-arms.
Okay, well, we need more food first. That's very much needed. We don't have enough food. Now our army is back to the original size. His body's still decaying here. Okay. Get rid of some sheep. As an animal lover, I really hate doing that. I am not a vegetarian or a vegan or anything, but I just hate killing animals. I hate hurting animals. Like, to physically do it, I don't know, I couldn't do it. That's why I can't ever do one thing. I do very much enjoy fishing, though. I always throw them back.
Upgrading to man-at-arms will change all your militia units to the more powerful men-at-arms. The English are attacking again! Teach them a lesson with your new men-at-arms!
Come on, get them!
English are no match for your warriors.
Enemy of the Britons. The achievement. Yeah, it's all sand except for this little patch here. Game developers are funny. I understand why they did that though.
Longshanks has invaded, stormed, and sacked the city of Perth. It's worse. He's captured the fabled Stone of Scone and declared himself King of Scotland. If we cannot bring about a victory in battle soon, then the Scottish armies will be too demoralized to put up any fight at all. If this mythical Scottish giant does exist, I wish he'd get his forces up to Stirling, where we shall next do battle. The time for minor skirmishes is over. We now prepare for war. The villain Longshanks is poised across the river Forth and threatened the town of Stirling with a force of men-at-arms, heavy cavalry, and a multitude of archers. Our newly formed army marches southward to establish our own base and attack the English before they can ready their troops.
Okay. Defeat the English army and destroy their town. Okay.
The time has come to take the offensive. English have a fort near the town of Stirling. If we can defeat the English here, they may think twice about their invasion of Scotland. To win, destroy the English tower to the west. Before we attack the English to the west, we need to build up our forces. Have your villagers start gathering food. Scout cavalry are poor fighters, but they can see at a great distance. You can use your scout cavalry to explore the rest of the map and find the English. Keep making villagers at your town center until you have 10. The more villagers you have, the faster your resources will come in. You found some sheep? Sheep are a good source of food, so send them back to your town center and assign a villager to gather food from them. You can specify a location for new units to gather by selecting a gather point. For villagers, click the town center and click the Set Gather Point button.
Stone. Use that.
Use your villagers to build a mill near your forage bushes.
Oh, not a house. Crap. Oh, here. Some water nearby.
You can gain more food by building fishing ships. To create fishing ships, have your villagers build a dock in the water to the south.
Okay, scout. You can stay right there. Our dock right there. That looks like a good spot.
Now, click the dock and build a fishing ship.
Come on, fishing ship. You're almost there.
To fish, click a fishing ship and right-click on a leaping fish. The fishing ship will collect fish and automatically return them to the dock. Fishing ships are also useful for exploring. Build a barracks and 5 militia to defend your villagers and explore the map.
I am building a barracks. Thank you for reminding me. Kill some sheep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Villagers can also build farms. Build 4 farms near your mill when your forage bushes are depleted. Each farm needs only one villager working on it.
No idle villagers. Good. You're bringing in food pretty quick. That's good. Oh, I need another house. You stop what you're doing and go build another house. We almost have enough for later. I love this music. So there was a lot of love put into this game when they were making it. Just the soundtrack alone, let alone the histories and the campaigns and
Once you've gathered 500 food, advance to the feudal age at your town center. If you're low on food, build some additional farms.
we're getting there. We're almost there, dude. Calm down. Plus we also got fishing boats and berries and sheep and soon we'll have farms. Our scout can explore a little more.
The hill with the dead tree protects the only access to your town. It would be a good idea to build a watchtower on this hill once you advance to the feudal age.
Hill, but on the hill.
Protect your villagers, you can use the town bell to garrison them in your town center. Click your town center, then click town bell.
I think that's awesome that they shoot arrows out of the town center too. They
Good!
participate
You
in
defeated the
helping.
English assault. If you have villagers in your town center, ring the town bell again to send them back to work.
Berries are almost done. Insert that here. Yeah. Whoever's watching, if you haven't played this game before, or if you did, I highly encourage you to go back and play it, because this is a good...
Now that you've reached the feudal age, concentrate on making some soldiers to fight the enemy. You will need at least 12. Remember, you can upgrade your militia to men-at-arms at the barracks. You should always upgrade soldiers when you can afford it.
Anyways, before he rudely interrupted me, I think everyone should at least play these games once in their once in the life of their gaming, because basically built my understanding of strategy games and how to, wouldn't say how to operate a computer, but kind of how to operate a computer. I mean, I was just learning how to use a computer when my dad got me into these games, so.
Don't forget, keep exploring the map.
I was really, really young when these games came out, so it taught me how to use a computer to game and to do basic functions. So honestly, I think everyone should have played this game or should play this game in their lifetime as a gamer. Because, you know, all nostalgia put aside, we'll always have a place in our hearts for our first games. Be it Age of Empires, or The Sims, or, you know, Call of Duty, whatever. We'll always have a place in our heart, whether the game is good or bad. Oh, I'm into the English territory right now, so time to go home. Anyway, like I was saying, whether the game was a good game in game standpoint or technological mumbo jumbo, I think we'll always have a place for our first game. Even if they sucked. It'll be special to us because we learned how to game off those games. We need to build more houses, lady. We don't have any room. Okay, how many soldiers do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, yeah, we only have 9. I wanted to double count because I thought I skipped over that one. So we need a couple more soldiers. 3. Build another house, just in case.
Remember to upgrade your weapons and arms at the blacksmith.
Ooh,
You do have a blacksmith, don't you?
We don't have blacksmith yet. Thanks for reminding me, tutorial man.
Now you have a large enough force to attack the English base. Charge! Keep your villagers working just in case you suffer casualties. I need to make more troops.
Yet. Hold your horses. We'll just upgrade all our stuff. That'll work. archers and that is for cavalry. So, on we go. Forward march. Be nice if they could move a little bit faster. Oh well. It's an old game. Very old game. They have shields and swords now, which is better than clubs. Destroy the tower!
You're close to an English base. You better not knock down this wall until you've got an army of about 12 soldiers.
Bye, tower.
Forward.
It destroyed the tower. Unless there's another tower in here that this doesn't. Destroy the wall. And go after the troops. Is there another tower over here? Oh, yes, okay, get the tower. This is what they meant. I thought they meant the tower that was out here. Don't judge me, it's been a while.
Great job! You've destroyed the English camp. The Battle of Stirling is sure to end in victory for the Scots. Good job! You've eliminated the English soldiers. Now, destroy that tower, and our victory will be complete. Now that you know how to build up, advance through the ages, and find and fight your enemies, you have all the basic skills you need to play a random map game. The most common type of game in Age of Empires.
Most of the map was trees, water, and sand.
Stirling was our first great victory. Even as we held the coastline, word came in that the Stirling Bridge had been held by a force of Scots led by the mythical knight, of whom so many have spoken. Now, we know his name. Sir William Wallace, the Hammer of the English. Edward Longshanks names Wallace a traitor and a criminal, but Sir William replies that he cannot be a traitor, since he never swore fealty to an English king. With Wallace leading our armies, the men fight with renewed vigor. Perhaps the tide of our misfortunes is about to turn.
Okay, we have 2 levels left, and I am going to save them for another episode at another time. Thank you for watching. As I said before, I have so many war and strategy games like this. If you'd like to see them on the channel, just let me know, and I'll upload a bunch of them. I have spent a lot of time on those games. If you liked it, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like to help further the channel in a more direct way, please visit my Patreon in the link in the description below. Again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, see ya!